I believe in energy, and I think that nature provides us with everything that we need. The breath in our bodies, the water in our bodies, everything. And I think if you can connect to nature, it can recharge you. It can recharge your energy, and then you bring that back into the studio, and that can come back throughout and onto your canvases and out through your work. So to me, it's like this continuous flow. And in painting, I'm showing my gratitude to that gift. A lot of my art is a love letter to nature. So myself and Glen, my husband, we live in the Kimberley in a little town called Kununurra. But specifically we live on the Ord River, which is fabulous. The Ord River is extremely precious. It's fresh water, it's huge. Every day that we wake up there, we hear the bird song, we see the little turtles come up. You actually feel like you're immersed in nature. I can see the sky, the sunrise, the sunset. Every day is different and you're in nature, and it just kind of replenishes you. It's incredible. My parents were New Zealanders, Kiwis, but Dad worked on aid projects, planting trees all over the world. So all three of us, my two sisters and myself, were born in Africa, but very remote Africa, in Kenya and Zambia, but on like forestry projects, not towns or cities, but very remote, which was pretty unusual for the day. So I have this incredible affinity with nature. My mum said I'd always disappear into the garden or into the forest or whatever and be found, you know, looking at leaves or something. So to me, nature is just such a core, fundamental part of who we are and where we're from. And for myself personally, if I'm separated from nature, I start to entropy. I can't cope. I can't live in a city at all. So I have to be right there in it with the trees and the animals and the river. I've always painted. And when I was about 7, I wrote in my journal diary for school, when I grow up, I want to be an artist, and I want to walk on water, and I want to meet the magic castle too. So from my perspective, being an artist is not so much what I do, it's who I am, and it's a coming home. As a young person, when I was about 18, you know, as you do, and you're sitting there thinking, what am I going to do? I was intrigued with many aspects of life, but I also felt that even at 18 that I was quite naive, and I wanted to understand human beings more. And one of the ways that I could see that I would get an apprenticeship in human nature was to go into the police. It sounds strange, but I knew I would be with humanity in all its facets if I took that work on, and I would come to a different understanding. And I certainly think I was right in that regard. I certainly did learn things, and I don't regret it. But in the end, the mechanisms The mechanisms of the formal system is quite clumsy. At the time that I left the police, I was working in New Zealand in a small town called Tokoroa, which was at the time the murder capital of New Zealand. And a fellow police officer got murdered and a prisoner suicided in the police cells. Very serious incidents. And it caused me to stop and take stock. Okay, if I lost my life tomorrow, which is not inconceivable, would I have any regrets? And I sort of thought about it and decided yes, because I didn't always want to be an artist. And I thought that doing police work would lead me there, but in the end I didn't have the time. So yes, I decided that it's best not to have regrets. So then I had to make a change. To me, the most difficult aspect of any big change like that is the emotional change and the reinvention of yourself. You have to question your identity and start again. To me, painting is a flow activity, which means you can lose yourself in it, and I can go into my own world and I can disappear into the canvas. You can get an alignment to your purpose in life. And if you can find your work that aligns you with your purpose, you're in business in life. It's so important. I feel very privileged and honoured if the art itself goes forward and serves that for other people. If they can take joy out of it, if they can take pleasure out of it, if the work goes into their lives, into their homes and provides them with that joy, with that burst of life to come into their world, well, that's marvellous. That's what it's all about, isn't it, in the end?